All right, welcome everyone. I wanted to put out a quick video on behalf of Inside Trading Journal and just show you guys a trade idea. It's a quasi midterm to long-term investment idea, which is what I've started getting into. You know, I used to do a lot more of these back in the 10, 11, 12 time frame, and then the market moved sideways for 2 years, and I got much more into swing scalping. But I'm starting to get back into a groove with this, so I wanted to show you guys something, and who knows, it might not work, but it might be a complete gem, so we'll find out. So this is the XLE, this is the Energy ETF. So you'll notice it came down, put in this huge bottoming tail, rallied into the declining 20-period moving average, and came back down and retested. It's right at the 200 period moving average, and then today it came in with a big green bar on volume. So look down here, lots of people were getting in. I think this signals, you know, anything's possible, but this signals some smart people are getting in, institutions, big traders, etc. So let's look at some of the favorable things about this trade. It's definitely going to be choppy on the way up. There's a lot of slop to get through, a lot of supply. So it's going to chop around. I don't want you to put a hard stop down here. I want you to watch it down here, let it pivot, give it some room. If you have to give it an hour and a half, do that. But we'll see what happens. But let's look at some of the key concepts behind this trade. So over here you have every sector. So look at this SPY, super extended. Look at the Qs, super extended. Look at the industrials, extended. XLU, insanely extended. XLF, it's up there, you know. Yeah, it's doing a little base, but it's extended. The materials, you know, it's not as extended yet. It has a lot of chop going along, so that's sort of the exception. The biotechs, big day today, extended. XLV, extended. XLP, extended. XLK, extended. XLY, you know, quasi-extended. And then you get to XLE. So we just went through every sector. And then you have XLE beaten down to a pulp with a double bottom. So thinking of sector rotation, where's the money going to go? I mean, if you're an institution, are you going to puke money into XLV after 1 million bars up? I wouldn't. That's insane. I mean, I'm not saying the run is over, but for heaven's sake, I mean, it's up 20 bars in a row. It's not the place to start just dumping money in. And the same with all these sectors. So all of them are extended. So this is a sector rotation concept. I think money's going to flow out of these sectors, not too aggressively, but some profit taking. Just some light profit taking. It's not going to crush them. It's not going to end this bull run we've had, but at the very least, it's going to move sideways for a while in most of these sectors. You know, maybe a mild uptrend, mild down move, etc. But that money, in my opinion, is going to flow into XLE. A couple other things it has in its favor is, you know, and I don't get into fundamentals a lot, but or even news a lot, but I'm guessing we're going to have a big announcement out of the EPA soon that they're slashing regulations or slashing funding to the EPA. Traders are going to get excited about that. It's going to be a plus for XLE. The other thing you can look at is some of the big names in this sector. So let's look at ExxonMobil. It's down 1 million bars in a row. Yes, it doesn't look super bullish right now, but where do you think it's going to go? Is it going to go down another 20 bars in a row? It's pretty unlikely. XL or CVX, Chevron, you know, it's trying to put in a bottom here. It's trying to go higher. So that's another reason why that's the second biggest stock in that sector, I believe. SLB, you know, it rallied hard in the declining 20. It's going to chop around for a while, but it's got a double bottom. It's trying to go higher. COP, Conoco. A little bit of a double bottom, no follow through on these red bars. It's, again, trying to grind higher. Is it going to be pretty higher? Is it going to be smooth? Probably not, you know. It's into these declining moving averages. It's got some slop up here, but it's going to make a stab at it from what I can tell. Now let's look at USO oil. It's been shopping around in this area for a long time. This just looks like a Christmas special at Walmart. You know, red light, green light, red light, green light. But if you go to the weekly, you can see the 50, the 20, the 8 period moving average are all coming together. So there's a momentum move in some direction. You know, the 50, 20, and 8 don't always come together and just sit there forever. It doesn't happen. So the most likely move, in my opinion, and you know, it's just a good analysis, is likely up to somewhere, who knows, in this area. So so let's look at oil, and that's a big drawer too. And if you look at the monthly, you know, the monthly doesn't look too ideal, but then again, you have the, you know, I don't love looking at the 20 period moving average on the monthly. I mean, that's just a mess, a 2-year monthly moving average. So I have it on my charts because I rarely use the monthly, but nevertheless, the weekly's looking good, the daily's looking sloppy, but if I had to bet anything, I don't think it's just going to fall apart through the 200 period moving average and just never return. So might chop around for quite a while, but I think long term is up. So what I'm recommending and what I would do is buy a little XLE down here, this double bottom. Give it room. Don't let yourself get chopped out here, because I would not be surprised at all if it rallied and the market makers took one last attempt to stop people out here. So give it some room. Don't put a hard stop in. Watch it closely. But I could easily see XLE, being that it's the only beat-down sector, it could easily be up here for a first target. And if you look at the weekly and monthly, these targets, they're not out of reach by the end of the year. I mean, they're really not. I mean, we'll see what happens. You know, nothing's a guarantee, but I think it's a decent chance it's worth taking a stab at it. So that's that. Wanted to share the XLE trade with you guys. It's kind of a unique one. It's sort of an investment / trade, medium turn hold. And I hope you like it. And good luck, guys. We'll see you later.